Hey guys, ever wondered how to uncover the hidden gems among the followers of a Facebook profile? Well, today we're diving into the world of data scraping, where you can actually extract valuable information from Facebook followers' profiles. But here's the kicker. While it sounds like a tech wizard's job, it's surprisingly straightforward with the right tools. And stick around, because there's a twist that'll make you rethink how to use this data. So first of all, thank you for coming back, and a big welcome to all of the new subscribers joining us today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jake Dawson, and I'm here to bring you the latest in AI sales automation and workflow hacks in a way that's easy to understand and apply. And as always, remember that everything we cover here, it's to help you succeed. These are not just theories, but actionable strategies that you can use right now. Now, if you're new here or looking for more ways to level up, don't forget to check out the Skool Community that's linked below. Inside, you'll find exclusive Make.com templates, including the one that we're using today, that you can import directly and start using immediately. We've built a whole space for learners and doers just like you, where you can ask questions, get direct help, and connect with like-minded folks ready to take action. And of course, you can always subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified of our bi-weekly videos, live sessions, and more. Let's jump right in. So why scrape Facebook page followers? Imagine being able to gather the insights on potential customers or influencers with just a few clicks. Think about it. If you could see exactly who follows a competitor's page or a big influencer in your niche, you'd have a goldmine of potential leads. That's what we're doing today. So here's the game plan. We'll first set up the tools, create the structure in Google Sheets, then automate the whole process so that every time you add a new Facebook page to track, the followers magically appear in your spreadsheet. It's like having your own little data gathering assistant working behind the scenes. Now, before we dive in, let's talk about the tools you'll need. First up is Apify. This tool is what does the actual scraping. It goes out and grabs the data and brings it back for us. Next is Make.com, which is like the behind-the-scenes magic glue that automates the whole process. And finally, we have Google Sheets, where all that scraped data will be stored nice and neat for you to access whenever you want. All right, let's get things set up. First, head over to Google Drive. We're going to create a new folder and call it Facebook Scraping. This will keep everything organized because, trust me, once you start automating stuff, things can get messy real fast if you don't stay organized. Now, inside that folder, create a new Google Sheet and name it Facebook Followers Scraper. This is where all the action's going to happen. Open it up, and in Sheet 1, create a column called Facebook Profile or Page. This is where you'll list the profiles or pages whose followers you'll want to scrape. Think of it as your shopping list of pages to track, that is. Next, click the plus sign at the bottom to add a second sheet and name it Data. This is where the scraped information will go. Now, let's set up the structure for it. In the first column, type Profile to scrape, so we know which page the data came from. Then add columns for Facebook URL, follow type, profile image URL, name, and bio. This setup makes sure that when we get the data, it's neatly organized and easy to read. Once the spreadsheet is ready, we'll need to use Apify to scrape the data. All right, let's talk about Apify. If you've never used it before, think of it like a web scraping Swiss Army knife. It's a platform that lets you extract structured data from websites, which is exactly what we need for scraping Facebook followers and following lists. And the best part, you get $5 of free credit every month just for testing. So if you mess something up or need to experiment, you're not wasting money. Now let's get into it. First, head over to Apify and sign up or log in. If you don't already have an account yet, it's super easy. Just use your email or sign in with Google. Once you're in, look over at the left sidebar. You'll see a bunch of options, but what we care about is the store section. Click on that, and now we need to find the tool that'll do all the heavy lifting for us. Up at the top, there's a search bar. Type in Facebook Followers and Following Scraper and hit enter. You'll see a tool pop up right at the top. Click on it, and welcome to the heart of today's operation. Before we do anything, take a quick look at what this tool does. It pulls data on who follows a specific Facebook page or profile, and if needed, who they're following. Pretty useful if you're looking to gather insights on a specific audience. One thing to note here, Apify charges $7 per 1,000 results. So keep that in mind if you're planning to scrape a huge list. If you're just testing, don't worry, those free credits will cover this. Now, let's set up the scraper. First, look for the field where it asks for the Facebook URLs. This is where you'll paste the profiles or the page you want to scrape. A quick tip, make sure the profiles or pages you're scraping actually allow you to see their followers are following. If the settings block this, the scraper won't be able to pull anything. Next, we need to set the results amount. This controls how many followers or following connections we pull per profile. If you're just testing things out, set this to 20. That way you get enough data to see how it works without blowing through your credits too fast. Now, onto the relation type settings. You've got 3 options here. Scrape both, followers and following, only followers, or only following. For this setup, let's go with only followers, since that's usually the most useful data when looking at an audience. Once you've got everything set, it's time to run the scraper. Scroll down and hit that big start button. Now, depending on how many profiles you're scraping, this might take a few minutes. Don't panic if nothing happens instantly. Go grab a coffee, check your phone, whatever. Apify is doing its thing now. After a few minutes, it's time to check on the results. Click on the Output tab, and you should see a list of scraped data. If everything went well, you'll see profile names, Facebook URLs, follow types, profile images, and bios all neatly organized. If something looks off, double check that the Facebook pages you entered actually allow public access to their followers. Now, doing this manually is fine if you're just testing, but we don't want to click a button every time we need fresh data. That's where automation comes in. We're going to hook this up to Make.com so that every time you add a new Facebook page to your Google Sheet, the scraper runs automatically, pulls the data, and updates everything for you. No more manual clicking. So, first things first, head over to Make.com and log in. If you don't already have an account, go ahead and sign up. It's free to start, and you only need to upgrade if you start running lots of automations. Once you're in, look at the left-hand sidebar and click on Scenarios. This is where all your automations live. If you're new to Make.com, this page might be empty, but don't worry, we're about to change that. Now let's create a new automation. Click on the big Create a New Scenario button in the top right corner. Think of this as your blank canvas where we're going to build our workflow step by step. Before we do anything else, go ahead and rename the scenario to Facebook Follower Scraper. Trust me, once you start automating different processes, your list of scenarios will get long and you'll thank yourself later for keeping things organized. All right, now we need a trigger, something that tells Make.com when to start running this automation. We're going to use Google Sheets for this. In the search bar at the top, type in Google Sheets and click on it. You'll see a bunch of options, but the one that we need is Search Rows. This will scan our spreadsheet for new Facebook pages we've added and trigger the automation whenever it finds one. If this is your first time connecting Google Sheets to Make.com, you'll need to give it permission. So click on Connect Google Sheets, log into your Google account, and allow access. Once that's all done, Make.com will list all of your Google Sheets. Find the one that we created earlier called Facebook Followers Scraper and select it. And for the sheet name, choose Sheet 1. This is the sheet where we'll be adding the Facebook profiles to track. Next, let's bring in Apify so it can scrape the data automatically. Click on that big plus sign to add a new module, and then search for Apify and select Run Actor. This module tells Apify to start scraping whenever Make.com detects a new entry in Google Sheets. If you haven't connected Apify to Make.com yet, click the Add button. A window will pop up asking for an API token. Now don't panic. This is just a fancy way of saying we need to grab a key from Apify so Make.com knows it's allowed to use it. To find this, click the link that Make.com provides, taking you to Apify's API and integrations, and copy your API token. Paste it back into Make.com, hit save, and boom, Apify is now connected. Next, we need to select the tool inside Apify that does the actual scraping. In Make.com, look at the Actors dropdown inside the Apify module. Click it and scroll until you find Facebook Followers and Following Scraper. This is the one that we're using. Select it. Now let's tweak the settings so everything runs smoothly. There's an option called Run Synchronously. Set this to Yes. This makes sure that Make.com waits for Apify to finish scraping before it moves on to the next step. If we skip this, Make.com might try to pull results before they're ready, and that's just a recipe for errors. All right, now we need to feed Apify some instructions so it knows exactly what to scrape. Head back over to Apify, go to the Facebook followers and following scraper page and look at the top of the screen. You'll see two buttons, Manual and JSON. Click JSON. A bunch of code-looking text will pop up. Don't freak out. You don't need to understand it. Just copy it. Switch back to make.com, find the field called Input JSON, and paste what you just copied. But a quick tip, right-click inside and choose Paste and Match Style, just to make sure everything's formatted correctly. Now let's customize the settings. First, look for a field inside the JSON called Follow Type. This controls whether we scrape followers or following. Set this to follower since we're focused on scraping a list of people who follow a given page or profile. Next, we need to decide how many followers to scrape. Find the result limit field. If you're just testing, set this to 20 so you don't waste Apify credits. If you need a bigger data set, you can go for 50, 100, or even 10,000, but keep in mind that scraping too much too fast can raise flags on Facebook. Now the most important part, start URL. Right now, it's probably a placeholder. Delete it and replace it with the Facebook profile or page URL that we're getting from Google Sheets. This way, every time a new profile is added to Google Sheets, Apify automatically scrapes that exact profile. Once you've made these changes, hit save. Now Make.com knows exactly what to tell Apify when it runs. Now that we're scraping, we need to actually collect the results. Click the plus sign again to add a new module in Make.com, search for Apify, select Get Dataset Items. This module pulls the scraped data once Apify is finished collecting it. Next, we need to configure the dataset ID so Make.com knows where to pull the scraped data from. Inside your Get Dataset Items module in Make.com, look for the Dataset ID field. Click inside it, and you'll see a drop-down with available datasets. Scroll down and find the default dataset ID that was generated from your Apify scrapers output. Click on it to select it, and this tells Make.com, hey, grab this specific batch of scraped data. Now, let's define how much data we're pulling at a time. There's a limit field inside this module, set it to 20 for now. This keeps things manageable while we test the setup. If you set a different limit earlier in the JSON configuration inside Apify, make sure this number matches. Otherwise, you'll have weird inconsistencies where Apify scrapes more data than Make.com is set to handle. Once that's done, click Save to lock in your settings. Now, we're ready to test the automation. Go ahead and click Run Once at the bottom of Make.com. This will execute the automation just like it would in the real-world scenario. Now, depending on how many profiles you're scraping, this could take a few seconds or a couple of minutes. If you're impatient, resist the urge to hit refresh every 3 seconds. Just let it do its thing. Once it's done, we need to check the output to make sure everything is working properly. Click on the Get Dataset Items module and check the output results. If everything went as planned, you should see structured data with details like name, bio, Facebook profile, and the profile image URL. If you see any errors or missing data, double check that the Facebook page you entered actually allows public access to their followers list. All right, now let's get this data into Google Sheets so it's neatly organized and easy to use. Click the plus sign to add a new module again, and then search for Google Sheets and select Add Row. This module will take the scraped data and add it to our spreadsheet automatically. Now we need to tell Make.com where to send the data. Inside the Google Sheets module, click the Spreadsheet ID dropdown and search for Facebook scraping. This is the Google Drive folder where we stored the sheet earlier. Click inside it and find the Facebook Followers Scraper spreadsheet. Select that one. Next, we need to define which sheet inside the spreadsheet is getting the data. Look for the sheet name field and set it to Data. This is the sheet we created earlier specifically for storing scraped followers. If you don't see it in the dropdown, double check that the sheet name matches exactly, including capitalization. Now, let's map the data. First, let's make sure we're pulling the right profile to scrape. Inside the Google Sheets module, look for the Profile to Scrape column. This needs to be set to the input URL from the Apify results. That means every time that we scrape a new batch of followers, the profile URL should be properly assigned so we know exactly where the data is coming from. Next, we need to build the correct Facebook profile URL. Right now, the raw data from Apify might just give us a user ID instead of a clickable link, so we need to format that properly. And here's how. Take the base Facebook URL structure, www.facebook.com/ and attach the user ID that we pulled from the Get Dataset Items module. Then make sure there's a slash at the end to ensure that the URL worked properly when opened. If the data already includes a full URL, then we're good to go. But if it's just the user ID, this little tweak makes sure that everything is clickable and ready for use. Now, let's move on to the follow type field. This one's simple. You just map it to the follow type output from Apify. This tells us whether the data represents followers or people the profile is following. If you ever decide to scrape both, this field will keep everything clear and organized. Next, let's grab the profile image URL. The Get Dataset Items module should have an image link, so select that as the source. This will give us an easy reference to the profile pictures of the scraped users. It's a great addition, especially if you're using this data for outreach or analysis. Now for the name and bio fields. These are super straightforward. The name should be mapped to the title field from Apify, and the bio should be mapped to the subtitle text. If a user doesn't have a bio, this field might be blank, but if they do, it'll give you an idea of who they are or what they do. Once everything is mapped, click Save to lock in the settings. Now let's test it. Click Run Once in Make.com to manually trigger the automation. Let it process for a minute or two, and then open your Google Sheet. If everything is working properly, you should see a fresh batch of data, Facebook URLs, names, bios, and profile images, all neatly organized in the data sheet. If something looks off, go back and check your mappings. A missing URL, make sure that the profile link is being built correctly. Are there empty names? Verify that Apify is pulling everything in properly. No profile picture, double check that the dataset contains image URLs. And just like that, we've got a fully automated system that scrapes Facebook followers, formats their data, and stores everything in a Google Sheet for easy access. Now, instead of manually collecting this info, you can just sit back and let the automation do the work for you. That's it. You've just learned how to scrape Facebook page followers' data like a pro. So get ready to use this system for gathering valuable insights from your favorite pages or profiles. It's simple, it's powerful, and now you've got it all set up. If you run into any issues or need more help, leave a comment below. I'll be happy to assist. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more easy to follow automation tips. And if you're serious about taking your automation game to the next level, check out our Skool Community. It's linked below, and you'll find exclusive templates, resources, and a supportive group of like-minded people ready to help you succeed. Plus, the exact template that we used today is in there, so don't miss it. Oh, and before you click away, here's another video you'll probably want to watch next. It's packed with even more tips to help you crush it with automation. I'll see you there.